Hello and welcome to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. My view of humanity is a whole new tea. Hi, and how are my royals, my lovelies? Okay, let's get some petty tea because I'm gonna be rewinding back to another story, which I will try to. I never remember to lately trying to add the receipts and everything while trying to write the novel and trying to create the candles and the greeting cards is just kind of like, oh, okay. And then disability life tied into all of that, which, yeah, this episode is a disability episode because even though I don't have kids, yeah, you don't know men have no idea. I I will never forget that stupid idiot, no good, in my opinion. This is all in my opinion, but that that Hexeth's pastor, yeah, oh, yeah. As you can tell, I have absolutely nothing nice to say about him. But yeah, when he said it doesn't take any talent to have a baby, yeah, okay, but men complain about the smallest little pain. And it's crazy. Like when men get sick, they're whiny little babies and they need women to help them. But then when women get sick, men are like, oh, you can take care of yourself. You're good. And then the menstrual cramps, like men mock it. Oh, you're in pain. Oh, you're but then you strap that machine on them. They're screaming and crying at level 3, 4. And then I think I've just seen one where a lot of Asian guys plugged in for the delivery type of pain. They could hardly get past 5. Yeah. And I kind of enjoyed what, because part of me, I'm like, you know what? With every high school, they want a Turning Point USA type of no, with sex ed, yeah, we need to make it mandatory that every young man gets strapped up to that, both of them, because they want to have the nerve to say it doesn't take any talent. They want the nerve to mock women with their menstrual cramps and things. And then they want to have the nerve to say that women should just stay home and have kids. But yeah. So, and I see there's a lot of, non people of color nurses coming in. We need their voices because people don't listen to us. See what, and this is another reason why we had Black Lives Matter, because when it comes to police and healthcare and education and just everyday things, even entertainment, everything Black people try to do, everything Black people try to create, you don't care. You put us down, you call us lazy. But then when we're in pain, you say we're faking it. And some of that goes all the way back from slavery because of some of these stupid scientific studies that they did. But I'm going to talk about it from a disability perspective because I've already talked about Dr. George Sorelli. I think I talked about him almost a year ago. Actually, yeah, I think about 8 or 9 months ago, something like that. Yeah, I dragged him verbally. And I'm going to do it again today because he's one of the main doctors I need to sue. I should sue. I have every right to sue because, and the thing is, it's just realize, because at first, when I found out, when I could no longer walk, when I had to crawl for about 3 or 4 months, doctors were still like, no, nothing's wrong with you, and you just need this and that, and oh, let's just do this surgery and blah blah blah. But then, Sorelli, I don't even want to call him doctor because he's so disgusting, awful, dreadful, terrible, heartless, and despicable. And to me, he's just a plain bigot. So, Okay, I'm gonna need to attach that storyline, but like when you're undiagnosed and black, doctors don't care. They're not gonna listen. They're not gonna treat you. They're gonna call you a liar. Because if you guys have been listening to my episodes, since I was a little girl, doctors said I was a liar. They said I was making it up. And then the pain was getting worse and worse. It was getting severely worse. But no, every single doctor, nothing's wrong with you, walk it off. And then Cyrille, go home and lose weight. Even though he weighed more than me, he's older than me. Really kind of ugly too. Well, that's just my opinion. Yeah, it's like I got eyes and yeah, it's like I mean I know I'm not the prettiest thing either, but haha, it's like the I will never forget it because to me when I say ugly, because I include the heart with that, and with how cold and ugly his heart is, he's ugly to me, just plain old ugly. Because when I had an ear infection the first time, but then it's like it still my ear was still ringing and it kind of hurt. And I went back, but and I kept having I like phlegm started building up, so I didn't know if the ear infection was turning into something else. And but then while I was there, I really wanted for someone to finally pay me, or take me seriously or pay me attention, like with my knee. And so I thought, okay, I'm gonna bring it up today because every doctor could like that I talk to, they ignore me and they think I'm making it up. So, and this is when my leg is still open, and that's another reason I'm so frustrated with him, is because he told me to go home and lose weight, and now it's like I'm still trying to, like with physical therapy and everything, I'm still trying to like teach my leg how to open up again. Because like it opened up like it was pain. There was so much pain. And I think part of me wonders, was my leg in so much pain that's why it ended up doing what it's doing? Is that why? Because the pain, like, I just remember, I will never forget going back into my car, or first going towards a parking lot, passing a woman, and I was in tears because the pain was that bad. Normally I'm able to cover it up, but once he told me go home and lose weight, I I wasn't strong enough for a little bit, because I remember I drove back to work after, but I passed by this woman, and this woman was like, "Do we need to call ER?" And I'm like, "Look at where I'm walking out of." Like, what? Because I'm in this man. He looked me right in the eyes, and it's like, and I asked him, "Are you gonna put this in my notes?" And he even the way he kind of chuckled, the way he's like, he didn't care about me. He didn't care about me at all. And so when I look at the video of that woman, because I'm going to go back and forth, but when I heard that woman screaming, I've I mean I know pregnancy is so different, but if you I mean when my surgeon said that I'm in her top 5 of most complicated surgery she's ever had. Yeah. And she doesn't know how on earth I was able to walk on my leg for this long. She said that. So part of me just wonders, why didn't that awful no good stupid idiot Sorelli take me seriously? I told him I was in pain. I told him how much it hurt. But I guess I should have recorded it. I didn't know I had to record a doctor's visit. I didn't know I was going to have proof of an absolute stupid idiot, like ignorant idiot. I didn't know I was going to need that. That heartless, no good, stupid, just. I have no good words for him. Because that was about 5 years before I had the surgery. I was walking on that leg in absolute pain for 5 years. So when I heard that woman screaming, like I said, pregnancy pain is that I know there's a difference, but at the same time, as a black woman needing medical care, I heard and I felt her pain. And it's like, because there's no way for me to describe the pain that I was in. And because I want to say we were probably possibly kind of close. That was like, because you, like, I still have ghost pains. I still have ghost pains. That's like, I can never describe the pain I was in. I was teaching at the inner city school, and there were times where I needed to get up and get supplies. You do not know how many times I would make a list of all the things I would need to do just to make sure I had everything I needed, so then I can go back and sit down, because that's how much it hurt. That is how much it hurt. And then trying to smile and try to, like, even though the students were talking about me behind my back, threatening to pour bleach on me, threatening to slash my tires, threatening to grape me, threatening so many different things, but I had to hold the pain in and have a smile while teaching. So when I'm looking at this video, I got emotional. Like, I mean, I didn't actually cry, but I got really close. And I got so close that I had to pause it and kind of take a step back, because again, I like, cuz some people are like, "Well, that's not pregnancy. You won't understand. You don't know." Like, oh, when it comes to black women, we are mistreated medically in all areas and forms. And when I tell you I was in pain, you have no idea. You have, and I would never, and because I feel like I have to tell you that it's like my doctor was literally asking my father and my sister, how was she able to walk on this? My surgeon asked this during the surgery, because she had to, like, she gave them an update. That was part of the update, was her asking them, how did I walk on that leg? How was I, like, still able to? That is how much pain I was in. So yes, it's not pregnancy. But when I saw that nurse's face, because I had to watch it up, because I had to put it on mute, because oh my god, I I have so much empathy for that woman. But I had to put it on mute because I had to study this nurse and her body language. My anthropology side started. I was just like, because even the way this woman's face was, and then her, like, how she maneuvered herself around the computer, and it was just heartless. And then I saw, like, people had a footage of her in other scenarios. Excuse me. It's like, yeah, this woman needs to be recorded. I'm so glad. Like, and I wish I had it recorded. I wish I had it recorded. You have no idea how much I wish I had it recorded. Because I'm never going to accept any apology. Because he'll probably never apologize either. It's like, he didn't care. He still doesn't care at all. He had no idea what kind of pain I was in. None. So when I'm watching this video and I'm seeing this woman's pain, and then I read, like, I don't know if it's in all of the videos, but that she was there, she sat there for 30 minutes. 30 minutes. Like, if I was a nurse, if I heard her crying like that, I would have, what are you doing? It's like, I would have either shut her up, or it's like, see, I probably would have lost my job by now. Because if I saw a patient like this at all, like, I would have butt in I would have not minded my business because I'm just like, especially like after dealing with the pain that I've suffered through, like nobody deserves that. And we're bringing a life into the world. Like, okay, if like I want to know who she voted for because if she voted for the orange man, if all lives matter, get that woman on that bed. Make sure you practice what you preach. I'm sorry, I'm just. Oh. If you think all lives matter, shut up, take the woman to the room, and make sure she is able to have a successful pregnancy. It's like she needs a bed. She needs to be comforted. She needs to be treated like she's human. She needs to be shown some value. It's like when she got up and had to bend over on the bed, and it's like when she was saying the baby's coming at her, I was just, and the woman's just still like that, like she's just sitting, like she's like whatever. And I want to know where was the rest of the staff? No one heard her scream, and then 12 minutes later she had the baby. 12 minutes. And then I'm hearing these questions and I'm like, why does this matter now? Because part of me was like, is this for insurance? Or it's like, okay, this is one reason why we need insurance for all. It's like I don't even care what anybody, yeah, like this whole capitalism with no, this is why we need insurance for all, so we don't need these questions. So that if a pregnant woman is coming through and she's saying the baby is coming out, like we need to just, okay, let's make sure she is okay. Let's make sure her life, because yeah, it's like a lot of these Caucasian nurses and doctors, they were saying what we've been saying for years. 3 times as many black women pass away from childbirth. No one cares. I mean, some people might, some of them do. But when we say it, no one cared. When we say it, no one cared at all. I'm hoping that maybe now people will pay attention and listen to black women because I'm seeing a pattern how no one wants to listen to us. Everyone wants to bash us, especially some of these comedians. And it's like the reputation, or even when we get starring roles or like even write books, like they want to dismiss us, or they say be an original character, but then when we are an original character, then they want us canceled, or they say not to watch it because they don't want to watch someone that is black. That is the whole like they don't want us to be the Little Mermaid, but then they don't want us to be in starring roles, or they don't want cartoons with us. And then they want to say it's DEI when we get to be in high positions, and they say we are not deserving. But when you guys had a colonizer as a CEO or leading positions, your company was going bankrupt, but then you replace them with a person of color or a black person. Yeah, then all of a sudden things are turning around because DEI is powerful, strong, and amazing. And diverse thoughts comes with different opinions that help you have a stronger demographic for the country. But you guys don't care about that. It's like like the billionaires care but more about being bigger billionaires, but then they don't want like civilization to be able to live. But then it's like it's really funny how they don't want to raise the minimum wage, but they want everything to be higher in price. So at some point, it's like a lot of these companies won't be able to make the money that they want because everyone's only going to be trying to survive. No cruises or trips or, but I mean, is that the point? Like they don't want us, because I know Disney even. Oh, it's like I love the magic that they're able to provide, but then there's so much hidden. Yeah, let's just say, yeah, there's so many opinions I have about Disney, because it's like you see the beauty in them, but at the same time, and that's how I feel about the medical system. I love it when people are able to be cured and or get a, a like transplant or just something that helps them be able to live beautiful and amazing lives. I love that. There's beauty in it. And it shows how powerful like science and humanity can be and always moving forward with that. But then I see the ugly side when I had to get that doctor's note from the doctor in order to try to keep my job because I couldn't walk in the shoes that they were trying to require me to. But then that doctor had the nerve to tell me that she laughed at me and told me there's nothing wrong with you. Just walk right. You're just making it up. You're lying. Don't ever ask me for a doctor's note again. It was longer than that, but I'm summarizing. And this was over the phone. I remember when I got the call and I saw it was my doctor's office. I was so excited because I'm like, okay, now I can try to get this doctor's note so I can try to keep the job. And then when she said what she said, oddly enough, I just got in the car, so it was time to cry again. Yeah, I've cried in my car a lot. I've gotten a lot of really terrible medical news in my car or right before I was going to get in the car or right before I was about to go to work. Because even with that job, instant ink. Because yeah, I told the managers that it's like I can't get a doctor's note. I don't like they're refusing and I don't know why. But I can't wear these shoes, but I can wear these other shoes. And I was like, I can work whatever day you want me to. I can work it, but and they were like, no, you can't work here if you're not going to wear those shoes. So then I wore the shoes that I was supposed to. And if you've been listening, you already know. Go listen to the whole story, but you already know what I had to do almost every day, most days, to be able to work it. But I was trying to have a career in marketing. I was trying to gain more experience. So I forced my feet in there and dragged my feet. It was so painful. So I'm never going to accept any type of apology from that woman. I don't even know if she's still alive because I know all of a sudden they fired her. I think they fired her or she left or there's something happened with her. It wasn't good. It wasn't great at all. But she was a terrible like she was one of the worst. She's one of the worst human beings I know. But it's like I have a whole collection of doctors that treated me like absolute garbage. They did not believe my pain. They just said, just walk it off or stop lying or just walk right. So when I see this woman in pain, trying to make a life, I'm just thinking like if this woman, like, if could she care any less? It's like, and even one of the nurses or doctors brought up, what about if the baby was going, like, getting out the wrong way? How about if the baby was in danger? How about if that baby didn't survive or the mom survived? Oh, honey, oh, if I was one of the, I would sue. They're like, cause yeah, hospitals are already going broke. I'll help with it if that happens. Cause I'm just like, I don't even. Some people might call it heartless. I don't care. Cause yeah, it's well, I'm probably going to be. So like I'm doing my research now. That's how much. Yeah, I had to suffer for so many years, decades, decades. I had to suffer. And when I see this woman, I understand. Like that woman wasn't listening to her. That staff member didn't. She acted like she couldn't care less. And then I found out she's a mother. It's like you would think that she would have more empathy. You would think that she would understand because maybe she went through the same time. Like, but I don't know. It's like because that really shocked me when they said she was a mother. And it's like woman and woman, but then at the same time, I have to remember, oh, like, I'm kind of guessing who she voted for, but I'm kind of guessing. And I know the 92% know who I'm guessing. Because if that's what's going on, then I understand the whole situation. Because with George, I kind of think, yeah, I think it was racist. I do. I do. Because with all the doctors that I went to, it's like even my surgeon, she tried to blame me. My surgeon, after the surgery, she was still blaming me. And it was just like I had to take test after test after test and blood work and more blood work and another doctor, another like person to look over me and so many just to prove that I was I have a disability. It took that much work to prove that I have a disability. And it's like I would never forget about it was before the stitches had to come out, but I had to go see another like knee foot specialist or whatever. And it's like it was one of Sorelli's friends. He knows him because I'm coming into the office or in his personal office or whatever, and he looks at me smiling. He was like, "Oh, you know my friend." And I'm looking at him like I thought he was gonna mention my surgeon, and I'm like, "Who is your friend?" Because I've met like around 20 doctors. It's like so like over my procedures. So I'm like, who? Once he said George Cirilli, I looked pissed off. And you should have seen this one doctor. He was looking at me like, "Oh, you're not happy?" And so I told him what happened. I was like, "No, he told me to go home and walk it off. He told me nothing's wrong with me. He told me lose weight." And he was like, "Oh, what? What?" Because you just thought, oh, his face changed. Like he knew he did something wrong. But then he was like, "Why are you in the wheelchair? What's going on?" And I was like, "I had surgery." And it sounded like he didn't believe me. He was like, "Oh, can I see it?" And I kind of looked at my sister like, "What? Like, this isn't what the appointment's about today." But I'm like, "Whatever." And he was like, "You don't have to." But I'm like, anything to shut you up. And also, I'm petty. So I kind of want, I know, since this is your friend, and I know you're probably going to mention to them, I'm going to make sure I make it worth it. So I pulled up my pants so he could see. I still had the stitches in. You should have seen his face. You should have seen his face. I'm petty. I enjoyed it. No one should ever be in that type of pain. My pain or this woman's pain. She was creating life. So a lot of you say all lives matter. If that was the truth, that it's like some of the people are like, what did she do wrong? What did this nurse do wrong? Ooh, if you're that naive, dumb, or stupid, but I'll leave it right there. Because if you still don't know what she did wrong, you're really showing yourself with that question. Thank you so much for listening to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. I am a woman, I am of color, and I am handicapable. But most importantly, I am human and you're human too.